Hey folks, Moosetro here. In this episode, we're gonna make robot frames and get our robots up and running. So we've got the batteries being generated, and the first thing for the robot frames is the engines. So we're gonna need to create a small array making the single cylinder engines and have those feed into the second level engines. I forget what they're called. Have I even researched them yet? I think I have. We've got the ability to make, oh, where are they at? Engine unit and then electric engine unit. There we go. So those get fed into the flying robot frame. We're going to be designing this to set up for our yellow science. So I think, looking at the map here, we're starting to creep in on this location. I think maybe what we'll do is we'll do the robot frames. That was here. Robot frames in this vicinity. And then we'll work on doing our yellow science probably right there. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, we've got the engines being made, and these will feed down to make the flying robot frames just below. We're going to need 14 of these, so it does line up quite nicely with the 7 above. And if we feed from the center, we should be good because we have extra green and steel coming in, green circuits and steel coming in from there, and then we can bring the batteries and red engines down from there. That works out nice. Okay, and we have the robots being made and being put in to this. Let's limit that box, and then we will wire up a circuit condition here for construction robots, and we will enable if construction robots nope, it's what is it, the total construction bots T. Okay, if total construction bots, if T is less than 3,000. I don't even think I need that many. Let's start with 1,000 and see how that goes. Okay. Now I think that once that we hit 1,000, then we'll start backing up and filling this chest, which will be available to export to other planets. Okay, now that we have some quality modules, we can put them in here, and so we can start creating quality accumulators, and more importantly, now that we have a quality modules, we can put them with our turrets and with our solar panels so that we get better turrets and solar panels up and running for our space exploration. Let's see, is this where I'm making my turrets? I don't know if that's where I'm permanently making them, but we might as well stick some in here. Where is it? And then we also want some in there. It'll be a while before I touch those. And now that we've got those extra machines on, our steam engine is not enough to do that. So we're going to need to increase our steam engine production. And with robots, we can convert all of these to active provider chests, or I guess they're passive provider chests. And we should have a roboport, and we should start getting the logistics network connected. And that's exciting. Also, I've got the ability to upgrade my armor, so I just went ahead and did that. Dun dun dun, the next level up. We'll move the car down to that slot. And then we can start dropping in these red chests. Looks like I'm going to have to push out this ground here a bit, which reminds me, I don't know if I've got the stone coming in anymore, because I'm pretty much drained at that one stone patch, wherever it was. I think right there, yeah, 361 stone left. So we're going to need to bring this stone in, and then I think we can have a solid, steady supply of stone, which means we can also start making landfill if I have that tech researched. Landfill. We'll put that in there. And is there anything else? We might as well get faster research speed. I'm going to need to make blue chips soon. And I'd like mining productivity to go up, and we can move the military stuff afterwards. Okay, let's go get more stone coming down the line. Just barely fit in there. Okay, so we've got the stone, and once we connect to this power line, it will come down, and we have pretty solid supply of stone, which is good because we're more than ready to get on to considering upping our production with rail lines. Okay, the robot network is getting built out, and just as we do that, we're starting to poke on the edge of the map again, so we're going to need to look up there for some biters, and then we also have, it looks like, a bit of biter infestation just sneaking in on the southern border. Okay, one of the reasons I wanted to get the bots up and running, other than bots are an integral part of the game, is I needed to expand my red circuits. So we're going to expand the red circuits. We can do this little copy paste, and I think there we go, that expands the red circuits. Now the thing is, the radius of construction needs to be expanded too, and we're going to need to start dropping a lot more roboports. So I need to find a spot that I can automate the roboports. I obviously need the red circuits, and I need the iron, and it is possible that I could do that over here. Let's see. I've got the gears. I've got... There we go. This could be a zone because we've got everything we need to make them in close proximity. If we put another builder down, we could potentially send some information down this way. Let's do that. This is there. And I think that works out. Is that lined up? Yeah. Okay. Let's pick it there. There we go. That's not too bad. We've got half the gears coming down to feed this, and we can limit that to just one stack because we're not going to need a lot of them. And this will slowly build its way up. Now currently it's not in the logistic network because I don't have any nearby roboports, but that's going to be fixed real soon. There we go. Roboport nearby, and I'm going to make a blueprint of this little stretch right here because that's a common thing that I'll be placing. Blueprint. That adds roboports on the predetermined spots that I wanted them. We can even go like that. Hooray! Now the other thing that I don't have automated is these power poles. So I need something that automates that type of power pole, the substation, steel, copper, and red circuits. Again, we've got the steel, we've got the red circuits. We could bring copper in and be doing that over here as well. Yeah, I like that. Okay, you're going to be making the substations. You got the steel, you just need copper. Ooh, not copper, copper cable. I might need to rethink this. Hold on a second on that. Uh-oh. We're being attacked. I knew this was inevitable. I should have cleared that base out earlier. Crikey! Go defend the base. Wait, X. There we go. Stop eating my stuff! Okay. You're stupid. Okay, we need to go deal with them. Let's repair these. Okay, that looks good. We're gonna go biter hunting. They're not even anywhere near. They just went out exploring. Our pollution cloud isn't touching them. There's got to be a lot more along that edge. Let's level up our munition supply and then go take out some of these biters. Okay, we've got a car too. Enter. There we go. Oh man, the car turned green as soon as I entered it. Now, in a land with lots of trees, this means I'm going to inevitably run into trees. Or rocks. There they are. Okay. One base dispatched, another one was found, so we need to go down southwest of here. It's a smaller base, but I don't like going in through the trees. Oh, jeez. What are they doing? Getting lost in the trees? Ah! I don't know. I don't have any fish on me. I think they're hiding in the forest. I can see them in there. The fish are not hiding in the forest. The biters are hiding in the forest. There we go. Dispatched. Oh, there's a big base. Let's see. I think if I put some turrets down next to the cliff, we'll take out a lot of them without them being able to get me other than with the spitters. Oh. I do need to go around. There we go. Ah, while I'm down here, bad things are happening at base. What's going on? Same spot. Gosh darn it. Car. And then, of course, the fuel. Trees. Get out of the way, trees. Oh, hello. Okay, let's go dispatch that group that I passed on the way to defend my base. We need to, it's about, oh, I don't even have bullets in my car. Gosh darn it. Okay, let's put bullets in my car. How not to play the game. That's what this video is. One thing I'm learning is that I probably need to shore up my defenses, finally. Ah, that's lame. Lame sauce. Okay, do I have bullets in the car? I do. And let's do a little save here. Save state. I actually don't like shooting from my car. I'd rather do this by turret creep. Ah! Messed that one up. Jeez. Not doing a good job at this. Okay, so that's been dispatched. We now have the ability to make these guys. We're going to put a chest down here and pack full of red. And we can have you feed both of these. And then I think what I want to do is have this feed into a chest up here. You are going to make repair kits. There. Feed onto that. Which means we're going to need to have another one of these fellas down there. Okay, I'll think through that. Okay, this is the spot where what I can do is I can set the recipe. This is a good one because I will have this make, it'll read from the chest what are the contents of the chest. Oh, of course I don't have the red chest. Okay, I'll just put that type of chest down now for now. It'll read the contents of the chest, and then it will output the recipe to this. So set recipe. And what we'll do is we'll say if this is fewer than 50, then we're going to output a signal of that. There we go. So now we're making that type of pull, and then we can just cycle through them. If this is fewer than 50, set constant, then we will make that type of pull. That's what we want to do. Now, of course, I don't have enough red circuits to supply everything, but this will eventually be a requester chest, and we can just drop red in there. So we're good on that. We can do substations. Okay, so as soon as this hits, as soon as this hits 50, which it did, then it's going to switch to the next recipe, and we can see now we're making the the medium-sized assembly poles. Oh, I don't have sticks. Damn it. I gotta think through that. What did I do wrong? Okay, I think I've got this set up so that it's working. I will need to get irons dropped in there, which is unfortunate that my design requires that. But we don't use a lot of these bigger ones, so I'll handcraft that until I can get a machine that, or robots to drop them off in there. Now another thing that I'm doing is I'm going to set this up also to choose the recipe, and it's going to choose between what is it, the repair packs and the light fixtures. If the repair packs are less than 50, do that. And then if the light fixtures are less than 50. How much is a stack? Yeah, stack. Now the thing with this one is I actually have to run the wire down. Not that big of a deal, but I'll do input from that chest to that, and then output to there, and then we can hit set recipe. Okay. There we go. So we had to drain the line of items before the recipe switched, but it works now. And this makes me happy. This space here I'm going to reserve for something that I saw a video on recently called a make everything machine. So this is essentially going to be the spot where I make all of the other extra buildings. And that's a wiring experience. But let's think about protecting the base now. I'm not entirely sure where I want my boundaries to be. I think going from this cliff here over to the lake makes sense for a southern boundary. I probably won't push up on that for my very starter base. And then it would be okay to patch some holes along the way with these cliffs. But then feeding the belts with a steady supply of bullets, when you have a disjointed system, that gets a little bit annoying. And I do have to make this decision soonish. And I don't really know what's going on in this northern area. So maybe I should push that map out a bit so that I can see what's going on in the northern area. I'm going to drop a wall, at least on the southern face right here, just to be safe, and then we'll go look at the northern area. So let's do that. Also, I want to point out Chris R told me that I had some of these facing the wrong way, so thank you very much for pointing that out. I knew sometimes that will happen, and I always appreciate that feedback. So, Chris R, thank you so much. Make way for the wall. Destroy the trees. All right. Oh, do we have more military stuff we could do? Yeah, we could increase our armor, and we could also make our bullets better. And that, since we're focusing on military stuff, I think that's a safe thing. Okay. So usually when I get to water, I want to push the wall out onto a little land pier, because I think when there's shallow water, the biters can walk on the shallow water. so it's good to push the land out into deep water, or so I've been told. But I don't have any land made yet. Whoops. So we'll just throw down a couple turrets here and continue with our wall. At least with the turrets there, I should be alerted when something's coming, and that's a good idea. Alright, so I don't know exactly how much space I want to have between the roboports and the wall. I obviously want to have them in the construction zone, and so I've put down some roboports. I haven't got power to them yet. Once I have my design for how the defense will look, then the robots will take over on building it. I'm just putting up an initial wall so that I can start to see where the biters are coming from, so I know where to focus my build up first. My wall is passing a little close to the science area, but in truth, by the time that I'm really ramping up my science production, I have a feeling that this is going to get moved, especially once the rockets are being launched, so it's not that big of a deal to me right now. Oops. Okay, continuing. Alright, so I've brought the wall up, and no, I didn't protect these, so I'm probably going to need to put some walls around my mining outposts, which is to be expected. And I'm about to push onto this boundary, as is my pollution, so I might be battling some biters here. Sure enough. And guess who doesn't have a lot of turrets to battle the biters? Oh man, is this worth it? The nest doesn't look too bad. What is that? There we go. I think we are able to take this nest okay. Maybe we lost a turret or two. Not a big deal. Now the pollution cloud also pushes up over here to the right, so I'm just going to kind of clear this up just to see if there's any other. Yes, there is. Another small one. I think we should be able to manage this one. Ooh, he spit on me. Gross. Okay. Alright, so if we take this wall up and just north of that stone patch, we'll have the stone patch inner boundaries, and I think this lake does keep creeping its way up, and we'll be able to go through that wall and into the lake. I think that's what we'll do. Alright, here's what I was saying about extending Earth out into the water. We're just beyond that light blue line of shallow water, so I think that should work for preventing biters from wading in the shallow waters to come around the wall. Okay, so we are wrapping up getting electricity and roboports to the entire perimeter, and I just now noticed we've got a rather large nest to the north of us. And so the question is, do I go fight them, or do I just bolster my defenses? I think I should at least look at the pollution cloud and make a judgment call on that. And I know that I don't have enough ammo for that nest. That is a much bigger nest. So it looks like the northern edge of the map. I also don't have this area defended. Whoops. But at least the northern edge of the map is where I need to consider getting that perimeter more completely bolstered. Well, I knew that was going to happen. Ah. I gotta run up there and go fight them. I don't even know if I'm gonna get up there on time. I lost my car. I misplaced my car. Run on this belt. Get up there faster. They're gonna ruin everything. Where'd they even come from? The filthy animals. Let's make sure to save this. You jerks. It's okay. We'll rebuild. That's part of the game. That being said, this nest over here is probably the one that went exploring, which means we should put up some sort of defenses around that area. I could almost take a wall in and just kind of wall off this portion. In fact, I have enough walls in my inventory. Let's do that. They're actually already in there, and I don't know if I have enough turrets to fight them. Oh, just barely enough turrets. I'm almost dead. I've got, I think, one more spitter to deal with. I wonder if I can run up here and find any fish. Look at that. One fish in this tiny little lake. Yes, please. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Can we go get this? Yes, we can. Okay. Let's wall this area off. Okay, we have a little bit of walls. Can't come through there. Maybe we'll just drop a turret or two down here to protect, because I know I've got lots of bullets. Lots of magazines. Walk right through this lame. And then we can wall this region off. And we'll just go up and over that copper. Of course, I'm right in line with the lake. Okay, and then we're going to rework this belt to send bullets, magazines out to the perimeter. And so we can do that. Hop over the science line, and then I think we can go all the way out. I rerouted the science line so that this is not as big of a problem. It's such a weird thing that happens there when I'm jumping that. Okay. There's the science line. Or not science line, but... Okay, we want to copy this whole thing. Okay. And for now, we're just going to be working our way north. And that should start to get magazines down the line so that we can put turrets and start feeding the turrets. Nice. Okay. I think that's what I need to pull off for now. I'm a little tired, so I'm gonna probably pause here for a moment and come back and finish the perimeter a little bit later. But for you, due to the power of magical editing, you won't have to wait. Okay, one of the things that I've noticed is, now that I'm getting several roboports put down, I am starting to put a drain on my energy. And so I need to resolve that issue. I have been putting down more solar panels, but I think the problem is I just don't have enough coal, and I probably should be looking at tapping this coal patch or using this coal patch more effectively. It does come in, which means I actually probably can pull off the line and feed there. I think that's actually the easiest solution. Let's pull coal this way. And it can come in. I like that. Okay. That was actually an easier problem to solve than I realized. I forgot that I was already pulling from a second coal patch. So, life's easy. Oh, I'm out of those undergrounds. Okay, so we're pulling off the main coal line. What we're going to do is we're going to output priority left. That means we will make sure that we're always keeping our coal guy fed. This coal will come down the line. Actually, let's grab all those coals. It'll come down this coal line, and it'll go into my steam engines, and we'll input priority right so that we can drain this patch here. Let's drop coal into those. And we probably are going to want to create a second array for that purpose of energy. As you can see, I have created the beginning of the design, the beginning of the design for the perimeter build. And originally I was going to run a belt all the way along here and cut over here, but I think upon reflection I'm actually going to do the wall right here so that it's I'm able to create a little bit better of a loop, and I might actually drop this down and take it along this spot. There's no need to go that far up as far as I can tell right now, so I might abolish that. And I noticed that my iron isn't flowing down these lines, which means somehow I've cut electricity, and that's no good. Kapow! Double power! Okay, that's exciting. We can take this coal and clean it up, and we'll run it. How do we want to run this coal? We can have the coal coming in, and then it loops back down. We'll have the coal go the other way for these. Yeah, okay. That's what we'll do. This coal patch. Come in like that. These guys. Connect the power. Okay, those will get the coal, and then these guys will be fed from the top. Okay. We have power. To those guys. Now the same sort of thing applies here. This is all part of the power line, so I think when we, not the power line, but all part of this pump, so depending on the charge in the accumulator, it will decide whether or not to pump water, which will decide whether or not these guys burn coal. Okay. Oops. Okay. Fed. All right, back to the perimeter. Okay, I think I've worked out the border. I've got a few ugly corners, and I'm going to dip into this lake a little bit. I might wind up making this the area where I do my first nuclear power. Then I've got this corner up here. These guys are barely protected from the encroaching biters. And the biters are getting stronger. But I think I have the tank researched now, which should make it easier. And I think I might have better explosive researched. So all we need to do is let the robots start populating out these things that need to be built. And there's plenty of that. And I think my defenses are secure, or at least the first line of defense, which is the wall and the turrets. I did wind up feeding the bullets in a big continuous loop, the magazines, and probably pretty soon here I'm going to put a floodgate for these bullets so that we don't make an entire belt's worth of bullets. That's a lot of bullets. We'll see. Anyway, I think that's it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. This is Moosetro signing out.